Welcome to the Chimney and Fireplace Success Network, a weekly broadcast sponsored by CVC Success Group, hosted each week by industry speaker, coach, author, and educator Jerry Eisenhower. Our presentations are produced to assist business owners and managers in turning their business dreams into their business realities. And now, here is your host, Jerry Eisenhower.
And I want to welcome you to another episode of the Chimney and Fireplace Success Network. This is Jerry Eisenhower, your host. And as every week, our podcast is sponsored by and brought to you by the CVC Success Group. Keep in mind, what's our mission? It's to help you, our customers, turn their business dreams into their business realities. So today, I want to share some thought processes with you over something we've started to do here that seems to have phenomenal potential, and it is a way to answer the needs of training to so many industry people. You know, I've been doing training in the chimney, venting, and hearth industry now for over 35 years since I presented my first presentation some years ago at an August West seminar that was done in Nashville, Tennessee. And today, this is what I do as a full-time occupation with our coaching and our training company here at CVC Success Group. Now, over those years, I have traveled around the United States and I've done presentations at countless places in my time. But earlier this year, we faced a significant challenge. And what was that challenge? It was called the COVID-19 virus. And as I record this in mid-June, this virus seems to be staying with us. And in fact, in some areas, it is going through a resurgence, and it's like the second wave is already coming in. But you know, even with this virus and the issues that it brings us today, training is still a very needed thing for industry members, both incoming new industry members and for continuing education of the existing workforce that you have. But this has presented us a challenge. But you know, this is one of the things where we think we've come up with a solution that answers the needs that's out there. And in fact, it offers a lot of benefits. Now, as I go into this, what I'm going to be talking about today is virtual live stream training that we've started doing here at CVC Success Group. We started this when the COVID-19 virus started, and we did 27 presentations to the industry over a period of about 8 weeks, 54 hours of education that we presented in a digital live stream format. And as we did this, we found out that this could work. But what we need to do was move it to a higher level. We were using simple virtual software, broadcasting from a desk, and maybe we would have 2 people on there broadcasting from different areas of the country. But what we saw was a need to come up with a higher level. And from this, we made the decision to invest pretty heavily into an internet broadcast studio. It's our virtual classroom here in North Carolina, where we can teach virtually anywhere in the country. In fact, anywhere in the world that anybody has a digital device and they have internet access. Now, as we go into this, I also want you to understand that several years ago, we started an online training platform here at CVC Success Group. But these are the issues with recorded online sessions. It's extremely difficult to get your team members to use recorded learning. Some people, it adapts to very well for them. Others, they just simply can't make it work. But what we found was when we started doing live stream training, where it was done at a certain time and where you can actually participate in this with the instructor, all of a sudden it started to make a whole lot more sense. So this was the basis by which we built our studio. Number one, we wanted a studio where we could broadcast with a good signal, which meant we had to have extremely strong internet service, which we brought in. But the next thing was the ability to interact with the students. And to do that, what we had to do was install a lot of television monitors so we could see each and every one of the students that was out there that had their cam on through it. We've switched our meeting software into something that's much more user-friendly, and now we have started our live stream presentations, and we unveiled our first one last week, which was our 2-day basic chimney sweep technician training. It was 2 8-hours a day, had a phenomenal turnout for this, and this week we're going to be doing a sales training in the same manner. It's going to be an interactive all-day session. Now, as before, we've invested pretty heavily into an online platform, but so many people have shared the challenges, which is getting their people to participate in using online recorded. And it seems like that the live stream is much more widely accepted by the students. Why? Because they have to be there at a certain time. Now, let's talk a little bit. What's the benefit for you as the business owner of using live stream training like this? So let's take a look at that. Number one, there's a risk of exposure to COVID-19 anytime that we travel or we gather in large groups. In fact, in some areas of the country, you can't even get together in a large group today to do training. You know, when you're going to remote trainings, you've got a travel expense. You've also got a downtime, which also gives you an expense that you have to counter also. It could involve hotel rooms, plane flights, rental cars, many more expenses. But with virtual, all of those expenses are eliminated. Now, let me share with you the best way to use virtual live stream training with your team members. The best method on the receiving end is to actually have a classroom set up. And in this classroom, you're going to have a computer and you're going to have video monitors. We recommend microphones there, and we recommend cams. So why do we recommend all these things? Again, because this is intended to be an interactive seminar where you can interface and interact with the instructor. To do this, what you've got to have is a computer to receive the signal. You need a widescreen television as the monitor so it can be seen by all the people in the room. You need speakers that you can turn up to adjust the volume. So when you do all this, you can also include in this some very comfortable seating. Since you're doing it in your own classroom, the students don't have to just sit in the chairs all the time, which can tire them out. They can get up, stretch, and move around. They can do all that. Like I said, we suggest that you have a mic. Why do you have a mic? Because there's times that the instructor will turn your mic on so you can address your questions straight to the instructor. We also take them through chats, but many times you really need to be able to talk to the instructor to get your questions answered and to obtain the clarification where you may be missing it. So again, what do you need to do this is you need a computer, you need a mic, you need a cam, and then you need comfortable seating. You know, when you do virtual training live like this, it's just like being in the room with the instructor. We take breaks, we take lunch breaks, and everything rolls on time. You also qualify for CEU credits by attending these so you can recertify. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to use a classroom setting because virtual live streaming can certainly be utilized singularly by one person. They can use a computer, they can use a tablet, they can even use a smartphone to be able to do this and connect up with some of the greatest training going for the chimney, venting, and hearth industries. Right now, we're making technical changes into our studio setup to bring this up to even a higher level. By being virtual, we're unlimited in the number of seats that we can offer to students going into this. And also, there is no expense for us to travel as instructors to rent spaces to do training and other things. So what we brought to you is a very cost-effective way for you to train your people. And it is the training of the future. As we look at it right now, you can get a college education and a college diploma through virtual training. Virtual is training around the world in so many different ways. And that's the system that we've devised here at CVC Success Group. So what I'd invite you to do is take a look at virtual live stream training. It might just be that answer that you've been looking for of how do I train my people at the lowest cost? How do I get the maximum ROI on my training budget? And how can I stretch my training budget out to make it give me more return than it's presently getting? Now, there's another advantage here to you as the business owner, and that's what we call facilitation. So what is facilitation? Facilitation means that you're involved in this training with your team members, because as this training goes on, there's going to be times that you're going to need to identify this for your specific business and your specific market areas. On the training that we did this previous week, we had several companies that had their entire workforces attend this training. And from talking to all of these, it has been a very effective way for them to train their people, and they'll all be joining future trainings. So coming up over the next month, we have several different classes that we're going to be presenting. As we just talked, we've got one this Thursday. It's going to be sales success for the service technician. That's going to be taught by myself. Then we've got an NFI gas certification training coming up, and that's going to be taught by Bob Wise. We're also going to have another 2-day training, and it's going to be our diagnostics and analysis of the masonry chimney class, very popular class that I've taught for a number of years. We keep changing it, keep improving it, but it's really made a difference for a lot of companies. And another class that we have that we're going to roll out in the next month is our real world chimney inspections class. And that is going to be taught by myself and Tom Urban, because with our system, we can bring in remote instructors through our studio and present to you a phenomenal training system that can help you move your company to that level that you envision. Because you got to train your new people, you got to train your existing workforce. It's called continuous ongoing training. And we'll be repeating some of our classes, such as our 2-day basic chimney sweep training class. We'll be putting it on probably every 2 to 3 months year round, because you're going to be hiring people on an ongoing basis. And part of this also involves electronic testing and quizzing to assess their comprehension. This is some of the things that virtual live stream training offers us to be able to offer to you, so you can move your training up to that higher level that you know you want to go to. And with that, I appreciate you joining me this week here on the Chimney and Fireplace Success Network. Again, brought to you every week by the CVC Success Group, where our mission is to help our clients turn their business dreams into their business realities. Let me ask you a question. Anytime that we talked about your business dreams and how we can help you turn your business dreams into your business realities. Talk to you later. Appreciate you joining me. This is Jerry Eisenhower. See you next week. Hope you have a great week.
Thanks for joining us here each week at the Chimney and Fireplace Success Network, sponsored by CVC Success Group, providing you the coaching and educational outreach services you need to move to your dream destination in business and in life.